Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kathie J Show, everybody. I'm Kathie J. It is so good to see all of you today. I hope that you're having a good day so far. Hopefully the day is good. Thank you to everybody that's been watching the show and following us on social media, too. I love you guys. So our website is kathiejshow.com, and we also have YouTube channels, so I would really appreciate it if you could go there to the YouTube channel, click like, and subscribe to it. It would be like the perfect Mother's Day gift to me. If you could. Speaking of Mother's Day, everybody, it is upon us. And now that I'm a mom, I just want to say it's exhausting. I don't know why I did this journey. But it's rewarding. Yes, it's rewarding. But it's utterly exhausting. And some of you are better at mothering than others. But you know what? We're all different, and that's a beautiful thing. Because you know, all moms are different. So let's just stop judging each other. Let's just accept and support one another for all of our unique challenges that we have. So today we're celebrating all moms out there with our favorite child and family therapist, who's also a mom, and she's our guiding light. This is Dr. Sheryl Ziegler, everybody. Yay! Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me again.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you.
You're the only one I wanted to talk this show with about mothers. So real fast though, I have to share the photos of our moms here on staff, some of us. So this is a picture of my mother. There's my mother. And look, producer Mary's in the middle. We ran into her at Maggiano's of all places. But this is the only photo I could find that had my mom and I in. But that's producer Colleen. She's a triplet. So her mother. Really? Yes, Colleen's in the white t-shirt. So her mother, Mary, is a saint. We love her so much. She raised triplets. I can't imagine that. And then, of course, we have executive producer Mary. There's her and her mother. And you wouldn't be able to tell because Mary ended up looking exactly like her mother, and Mary's daughter looks exactly like her mother. So the Greek bloodline is thick in that family. Yes. But we just want to say happy Mother's Day to all of you out there. You have how many children? Three, yes, exactly. Yep. And they keep you on your toes.
They do.
So let's get into talk about being a mom.
Okay.
It is the hardest job in the world. And
Absolutely.
I feel like the only time we get thanked is on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah.
But it's so true. So let's talk about some of the different types of moms that are out there, okay? So the first one, of course, it's the by the book mom. These are usually newer moms, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They like to go to parenting books. They like to take expert advice. They go to their pediatrician for everything, and it's really, so it's hard because they think they're making their lives easier because they're going by the book. Yeah. But kids don't really go always by the book.
They don't.
So it can be challenging, but that's the by the book mom. We love her too.
We love her too. Thank you for being type A. There's the martyr mom.
Oh, woe is me.
Right.
Woe is me.
And I get it. You're tired. I get it. And things aren't going well. I get it.
Yeah.
But when that's the only thing that's coming out of your mouth all the time, it's hard to hang out with those moms.
It is hard to hang out with that mom. And she probably doesn't even know she's that mom, right? So someone has to tell her maybe. But you do need to check your own behavior. Like, we all are in the same boat again in a different storm, right? So some mornings are better than others.
Yeah.
But I think that like a little bit of that, a little bit of like, okay, I'm gonna have a pity party right now.
Right. Yes, you could do that. Just to get it out. But then get back in the game.
Totally.
You
so
can't
just
live
if you're that person, just like shrink it a little bit.
Okay. What about the cool mom? I'm the cool mom.
Oh, yeah.
Doing everything.
Cool mom makes other moms' jobs hard.
Yeah, why?
Because they're permissive, right? They want to be liked. They're cool. You can eat whatever you want. You can dress however you want.
Co-ed sleepovers.
Oh, totally.
Ugh.
Like just everything, you know, maybe teenagers drinking in the basement.
I trust them. Yeah, that's
you trust
hard.
them? Oh,
no, that's what the cool mom says.
Yeah.
I trust him. He's 17. Drinking in the basement.
Right. Like in Europe, they start drinking at 18. You know, like
right.
That's
They
cool
don't
moms.
excuses. Yes, cool moms do make it hard on the rest of us. They were trying to put boundaries up.
They do. Cool moms, you make our other lives really hard.
Yes,
so,
right. I know. And then finally, there's the helicopter mom.
Yeah.
You can't stay on top of your children like that, right? They have to fall.
Yes,
right?
They have to fail.
Yes.
They have to fall. They have to fail. They have to get scraped. That mom, I understand well.
Really?
Yes, because I work with a lot of those moms.
Oh, yeah, you do. Okay.
But I sympathize with them because they mean so well.
Okay, yes,
they really do. They just are like, oh my God, I just love my kids so much, and I just want them to be happy. That's always the thing. I want them to be happy.
Right. So all of the moms want their kid to be happy. They just think they're going about it.
Yes, and they go about it in different ways. So
exactly.
Helicopters, you just have to keep reminding yourself to fail is good. Read the research if you want. Take a little by the book mom stuff and read it because failing is good.
Yes, it's good. So when we come back, we're going to get into talking about more things about amazing moms. We'll be back. Oakwood Homes is an an official partner of the Kathie J Show. Oakwood Homes, building happiness. Welcome back to the Kathie J Show, everybody. Today we're having a good time. We are celebrating all types of moms out there in honor of Mother's Day this Sunday. So Dr. Sheryl Ziegler is here. Yay! She's our child and family therapist. You're amazing. I love you. I love laughing with you. So let's talk about stepmoms. Well, actually, we were talking about helicopter moms before we went to break, and then you said there's one worse. There's a snowplow mom.
There's a snowplow mom.
What is she?
That's the one who takes full-blown adversity out of the way. So helicopters hover,
okay,
and snowplows just like plow everything down, so there's no adversity at all.
Oh, you can't live like that.
You can't live like that.
So don't do that.
High
snowplow.
Anxiety mom. That'll be someone probably real high anxiety.
Oh yeah,
right. Anxiety, check that.
You gotta relax,
yeah.
Mom.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about stepmoms.
Yes.
Okay, so I was a stepmom actually for a long time.
I just found this out.
Yes, I know, right? And I was actually going to adopt her. Like, I love Jocelyn. So, you know, and so stepmoms, it's a hard position to be in.
Very hard.
Let's talk about it.
Very hard. So stepmoms, you know, there's some really interesting stats that almost half of moms are stepmoms, like in blended families. And the traditional family is just really going away.
Yeah, it's not there really
So
anymore.
we've got a lot of blended families, we've got step families, and so we really actually need to pay attention to these moms because it's a really strong, millions of women are stepmoms.
Yes.
Hardest job. And there's no perfect way to do it, but I just want to say there's some stepmoms that really, they fill the role for an absent mom, they might fill the role for a mom who's passed, and they also just fill in the role when they've got the kids, even if they have a great mom.
Yes.
That's great, and then the child can experience actually two wonderful, strong women in their lives.
Agreed.
So I think it can be a beautiful thing, but I acknowledge it's hard, but I want to acknowledge them on Mother's Day.
Yes, you have to acknowledge the stepmoms on Mother's Day.
Yes.
So moms, stepmoms on Mother's Day, what is their exact role? What would you recommend that they, because it's hard, because there's a mother that is definitely making sure she's the mom. You know, like when I was the stepmom, you know, like, so, but I always wanted to make sure I was respectful of her, but some moms aren't good. And so what is the exact role of the stepmom?
Yeah. So the stepmom's role in general, okay, so I work with a lot of families who are blending. They'll come to me actually just for consultations on
good.
Just how to blend, how do we do this, right? Because normally there's two people coming in with kids.
Yeah.
And so the blending of a family, being clear about your roles. Right? So in some cases, it's like, yes, I actually am going to be a disciplinarian. In some cases, you're not. The ages of the kids matters hugely.
Yes.
Even the gender of the kids matters. So boys generally respond better to stepfathers. Girls normally do a little bit better with stepmothers.
That's interesting.
I know. And the research says that boys benefit more from the stepmother than even the girl.
Why is that?
Yeah, I don't really know. I can't tell you that I know really.
Does it have something to do with the fact that they just don't listen to their mom at a certain age, and so they'll listen to the step?
Yeah, I don't know. I
really
want to
make their mom mad.
Yeah, I mean, there's gender dynamics,
right?
right?
Yeah, totally. There's that too. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah, there's a lot with stepmoms, but so their exact role is. To me, it's just respect. Start there.
It's respect and clarity of roles.
Yep.
Because like I said, truly, some of them, they run the show, they're doing carpools, like they're in full-blown mom mode, right?
Yes, they are.
And sometimes they're like, nope, I came in with my kid, I parent my kid the way I do.
Yep.
And let's say like he does his kids the way he does. That can be harder, I will tell you.
Yes.
And usually those people come to me because they're like, I don't know what to do. If their room is a mess, I think before me, they had different standards. So do I come in now and I tell them, no, you have to clean up. No, you have to eat your vegetables. No, do your homework now.
Do they do that?
So after they come see me, we just figure it out.
Okay.
I just say, because truly, there's a big picture. It is the dad. What role does he?
It is a big picture.
It's a big picture, but just get clear on roles.
And I love that because when we come back, everybody, this is what we're talking about. Just moms and the different roles that all of us have and getting clear on it. We'll be back.
Kathie J.
The Colorado Lottery is an official partner of the Kathie J Show. Colorado Lottery, play on.
Kathie J.
Welcome back to the Kathie J Show, everybody. So today we're hanging out with Dr. Sheryl Ziegler. Yay! Child and family therapist. Thank you for being on the couch. Thank you for being our guiding light with us trying to raise good children.
Yes.
Thank you. So before the break, we were talking about mothers and stuff, and I wanted to talk about moms that are helping kids with disabilities because they never get enough credit, and that is hard.
I agree.
Yes.
I see those moms, like I feel those moms. So those are, moms who are raising children who have disabilities. That could be anything from, ADHD to cerebral palsy to, a child who has intellectual disabilities, all kinds of disabilities, they're more likely to feel isolated. They're more likely to have marital strain and way higher rates of divorce.
Yeah.
It's a very lonely, taxing situation, and also they're more likely to have to leave the workforce.
Yes.
And stay home and be a caregiver.
Because that's their new job.
Yes,
Right, exactly.
Yes. So I just feel like on Mother's Day, I just want to honor those mothers, and maybe for those people around them, their friends, their neighbors, think about them. Give them a little extra love.
Yes.
I think that it's really a unique role, and it's amazing work that we can't imagine unless you're in those shoes.
No, I can't imagine. So God bless all of you moms out there dealing with kids that have disabilities. So let's talk about another one that I don't think moms get enough credit for, and it's got to be hard. Single moms.
Yes.
Whoa. Okay. So single moms, they face financial strains, but there's a lot of single moms out there. That's like the new. I mean, it's a lot more common now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and sometimes they call it solo parenting.
Solo parenting, yes.
So what I want to say is that's a rising. They're on the rise.
Yes.
That is a growing segment of our population. Typically, of course, not always, but typically they are women of color, and they are women who are more likely to be in poverty, struggle financially. So I think they are, just this morning alone, I've had several people stop me to tell me about their single mothers who raised them.
Yes.
So I will say when those kids get older, they're like, oh my gosh, she worked 2 jobs, she got an education, she always made sure I had everything. And those are those moms. They will do anything for those kids.
Yes.
Because they have to, but they deserve extra love.
My thing with single moms is I don't understand how they do it. Now that I'm a mom and I have a partner who gives 100%,
Yeah.
I'm like, you never get time alone as a single mom. Like you are nonstop with them or you're working. And you're right. And it's got to be hard because you are the one, if your kid gets sick, you have to take time off your job. So you could lose your job.
Yep.
You can't climb up the corporate ladder to actually make more money to support these kids that you have. Like it is single moms, lower education, like it's the world is against them as they're trying to raise good people.
Yes, I wanted to say that piece about the world is against them, because one of the things we looked at with child abuse on the rise, right? When you really break it down, a lot of the calls around neglect that are made are single parents who have to work at night, right? And someone calls because they're like, the kids are home alone.
Yes.
But they're like, okay, so I had a choice.
What was I going to do?
Right.
Feed them, pay, go to work to feed
right,
them. Right.
Right. So of course, I think children need to be supervised, but I also, we have to do something differently around to support those moms, because I think to penalize them, to make them feel like they are abusing their children or neglecting them, they have hard choices to make.
They do. And if you hear from children, most of the children I know are friends that had single moms, they tell me stories of being locked in a room while their mom went to work.
Yep.
They tell me stories of sitting out in a car when they were older, while their mom was inside, being in the store but under clothes and under a clothing rack while their mom was working at a retail store.
Just go here. And
you
sit
know
in front
what?
of an iPad.
So I think the best gift you could give to a single mom is some daycare, is some help.
Yes.
Yes, so she can do that. So what about grandparents? Because that is on the rise huge.
Yes.
Right now, grandmothers are raising their grandkids. The trend is up.
Yeah.
So what about them? I know that the library is a place where they go, because I have a friend that's a librarian. She's like, the grandparents raising their toddlers are always in here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a very interesting thing where CSU has a program around grandparents raising grandchildren. And there are some resources out there, like in the state of Colorado, we have some, I'm sure we need more, but they need very unique things, right? So first of all, they're usually in these situations because either their child who had this child is in jail or has passed, or obviously something really debilitating has happened to them. So they're in a terrible situation. Like they are grieving the loss of their child.
For wherever the loss is.
Whatever that loss is, right? And now they've got this grandchild. And now it's like, I can't get to be a grandma now.
Right, you don't get to spoil them. Now you're back to disciplinarian, taking care of them.
But you're more tired, you're older, they have more health issues.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
I know what it is to be older.
So, they're much older though, for a totally different generation, 2 generations removed from that child. So they need help with education. They usually cannot help them with homework, at a certain level. They need help with health care. They need help with just the legal part of things. And they need help with their parenting. So there's this acronym, HELP.
I was going to say, she just went through the HELP acronym.
H-E-L-P.
Yes.
Right? But it's a great reminder. Those are the things they need.
Healthcare, education.
Legal.
Parenting. Yeah, they need help with all of that.
The legal part is very huge because sometimes their parents, the bio parents, are in and out,
Uh-huh.
or sometimes they're maybe abusing substances or whatever, terrible situation they're in. And then the grandparents put in the role of saying, oh no, it's not your visitation weekend.
Right.
And now they've got this friction between them,
Right.
and they've got this child that they're trying to raise. And honestly, I commend those grandparents so much. They've already been through this round one. They wanted to be
They
grandparents.
sure did, right? So yeah, but you're doing a good job by still raising your family.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
so
we need to see them.
Agreed. Yes. Okay. So don't go away, everybody. When we come back, we will be talking about moms who have adopted their kids and foster care moms too, because we can't leave them out. We'll be back.
Kathie J.
Ramos Law is an official partner of the Kathie J Show. He's a medical doctor and a lawyer. Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better.
Kathie J.
Welcome back, everybody. Yay! Today we are celebrating all of you moms out there. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. Thank goodness we have so many different moms in our world, because each one of them makes such a big impact in how they love and what they give. Moms who adopt and foster care moms, they're definitely on that list. Yes, God bless you. Yes. Okay, so let's talk about moms who adopt kids.
Yeah, angels on earth, right?
Agreed, yes.
So in Colorado alone, there are over 5,500 kids in foster care. Wow. We need foster parents.
Yeah, we do.
We need adoptive parents. We need parents that are willing to take in teenagers and the older kids. It's much easier when they're younger,
It is.
babies and toddlers.
You get so uncomfortable with taking in an older kid because you feel that they already have their ways.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
That you're,
Yeah.
so,
or you have them for less, right? Then you don't get to have that as much of a
the
childhood.
bonding and the cuteness of the little kids and stuff, right?
But they need us. The likelihood for them becoming homeless and getting into drugs and those kinds of things are so much higher. So for the mothers and parents who take in foster care babies, they take them in when they're still getting off of drugs, when they're having withdrawals, when they need a ton of doctor's appointments. They go through a ton of training. Just to be able to be a foster parent, you have to go through training and you have to work with social workers. There's so many hoops, which I get because they need the education.
Yeah.
But it's not easy.
No.
This is not easy.
And I think that does prevent some people from stepping up to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do background checks. They check your house. I mean, people get high anxiety when they're like, a caseworker's coming to my house to make sure we're ready for the baby.
Right, when everything's been fine,
But nobody else has that standard.
Exactly.
Nobody checked your house to make sure
No,
you had
they
a
didn't.
crib and that every single solitary outlet
Yeah.
was covered. That's what it takes
To be a
foster or adoptive parent.
So these people, and it's wonderful, because it's for mothers. I know someone that adopted children, and she's so grateful because she couldn't have children, and so now she's got her children, and so it's amazing. But it is a hard world because the kids always wonder where they came from and what their identity is. And what's the answer? Is it just pour in more love in the bucket?
Yeah, I always say to people who want to be foster or adoptive parents, you really do need to understand that they're biologically wired to want to be with their biological parent.
Really? We are biologically
Yeah,
wired?
we're wired. So that's why you hear constant stories. Somebody who's 30, 40, 50 years old who's just like, I need to find my biological mother.
Yeah.
And so I think I like to prepare the families that I work with to say that day will likely come. And don't take it personally.
Right.
Like,
it's something that we're wired
yes,
to
it's
want.
just something that they're separate.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just need it to sort of say, like, I needed to meet you.
This is where I was, right.
Yeah, what's your story? Why did you give me up?
They need that, right?
They need that.
Closure.
And then it can be closure. Or again, they might have two parents in their lives. Who knows? Like, everyone has amazing stories around adoption. I think it's a beautiful thing. There are also mothers who adopt from other countries because it's so hard to adopt in our
Yes.
country.
Which is just crazy. I wish we are going to do a show on adoption.
Great.
Because I want to discuss the fact of all that red tape and everything that you go through.
Yes.
Because there's so many kids out there waiting for homes. If you could cut the red tape, they'd have a home.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
So there's more than 5,500 kids right now in the
Yes.
in Colorado.
In Colorado.
Alone.
Alone,
Wow. So
yes.
That's a lot of kids out there, everybody, that we need to help.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So to connect with Dr. Ziegler, you need to go to her website, DrSherylZiegler.com. Dr. Cheryl, I'm so sad that we're done with the show, but happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to you, to everybody.
Everybody out there, are there final thoughts because you're a mom, you've
Yeah.
done this, you're a mom of 3.
Okay.
You make sure you have that meal every night. Give us our last advice in this
You
minute.
know what my final thought is? I want to see all the moms out there who've lost their mom. The ones who don't have their mom on
Yeah.
this Mother's Day. Because I think that this is a really tough holiday for them. And I want to try to remind them, like, try to celebrate you as a mom, but try to also honor your own mom and kind of live her legacy forward. Are you getting teary-eyed?
Yes,
I'm
I'm
getting
getting teary-eyed because I know exactly what, I know my executive producer Mary's crying because she misses her mom every day.
Yeah.
So we can't forget the moms that went by. Look, I'm getting all verklempt.
I know. I was too. I'm holding it back, but I just want to really mark those moms who are grieving right now.
Absolutely.
It's a hard time.
And to all of our moms that have passed, amen. So
Yes.
thank you so much, Dr. Sheryl Ziegler. DrSherylZiegler.com. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.